Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Arc Basics, a show where we break down the ABCs of how to start an arc, how to accomplish things, how to achieve things, how to be the best you possibly can be. That's right, we're going with the full ABCs of arc. A for arc, B for basic, C for, well, whatever you want it to be. C can be anything.
I feel lucky to have crossed paths with Carcharodontosaurus medicupestis and lived to tell the tale. Though I'm not sure if this predator grows bigger than a Giganotosaurus, I hope to never find out. Just one of these bruises held its own against an army of us, and that encounter cost us dearly. Carcharodontosaurus can sweep aside attackers with its tail, but it's the other end you'll really want to avoid. It has teeth like steak knives, set in jaws strong enough to shred most prey. Even a near miss will carve you up, but good. Like its namesake, the great white shark, Carcharodontosaurus gets more dangerous once it tastes blood. Each kill seems to give these monsters a rush and drive it into a berserker frenzy. Anyone that manages to tame a Carcharodontosaurus will gain a new way to rally their tribe for battle. There's something about this monster's roar that drives others to fight. A war cry for hell's own army. The more tactical tribes will let their Carcharodontosaurus tear through the mid-sized creatures in their enemies' ranks, thereby building up its blood rage to take on the largest threats. Talk about shock and awe.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Arc Basics. I'm Phlinger Phoo, and today we are actually starting off our video talking about, well, underneath what could be considered the King of Arc, or what used to be the King of Arc, but is now, well, still the King of Arc, but still. All right, we're going to be talking about their, I guess you would say cousin, because it's not a Giga, but it is kind of, I guess the keyword would be Giga adjacent, because they're not really Gigas, but they're totally Gigas, if that makes sense. Like I said, Giga adjacent, and they're totally not Gigas, but they really are Gigas, but they're totally not. Okay, we're talking about the Carcharodontosaurus. Yes, we're talking about those guys, the big guys that got added into the game not too long ago, and we're going to be talking about how to tame them, what they do, and yeah, so here, a few of the things that I want to discuss is, first off, because these guys, they are not low-level tames. They just aren't. And, let's see, Carcharodontosaurus are level 96 for the saddles. That is not early game, that is not mid game, that's late game. All right, so I expect most people, for the purposes of this video, will be further along in the gameplay than, yeah, so you're going to have a bunch more stuff. And in that stuff, you're going to be pooping, just like I did. And then also, you are going to probably have your own base. You're going to have your own, you know, your tools, your storage boxes, your storage bins, your crafting stuff, like a big Ark survivor, right? No, and then also you're going to be breeding. And that's kind of where I'm going with this, is in the course of playing the game, you will actually be breeding stuff, you'll be getting mutations, you'll be doing all sorts of stuff. Now, what do you do with the cast-offs? Now, I have these Rexes right here that I've been using for breeding for bosses. And there's a lot of Rexes that I just don't want to keep, that I will just be using for other things. Now, for this, for purposes, all it has to do is have a high health pool. That's it. That's the important part. That's it. Which is why I'm using Rexes. There are ones that are better than Rexes that can get higher health than Rexes, but for this, I'm just using Rexes because that's what I have. I have plenty of Rexes. I've got a bunch right here for this. Now, for the shopping list, it's rather easy. What you need for the shopping list, I have bear traps. I have metal dinosaur gates. I have a shotgun. I have food. I have water. I've got a bunch of Rexes that have just been sitting off in the backyard and just collecting dust, collecting passive XP. Now, all that passive XP I put inside of their health. It's like this one right here. I mean, this is clearly not a boss fighting dino, but I'm going to use him for this because, granted, he's just going to be sitting around doing nothing. He's not imprinted. He's got 27,000 health. All of his levels has gone into his health. Before I did this and after I leveled him up, all I did is put him on my cryopod. Easy as that. I also went out and I tamed 6 rather boring, bland, unique rhinos. They come of all varying levels. There's 67, 150, there's a 60, there's a 67, there's a 37. Now, another thing I want to cover for this, if you're going to be using rhinos or anything big, what you need to do is you need to use a mind wipe tonic. And that's what I've used. I actually have respec'd my points. I'm still in the process of healing up from it now. And I went with a minimum of about 650 weight, just so I could carry something rather big. It doesn't have to be too much. I also went with a bunch of movement speed and health. That's it. That's all the points I put in. And yeah, that's really all that you need. I have an extra mind wipe tonic that I crafted up that I'll be using to reset my points once I'm done. But since we're taming a Carco, I think it's kind of warranted. All right, now another thing that I'm going to be using in this for demonstration purposes is I'm going to be using a Desmodeus, which because they just make things a little bit easier. I mean, yeah, they can take a hit, but also it's the sanguine elixir that just really, really helps out. All right, now here out in the wild, we have a wild Carcharodontosaurus. Now, you'll notice that its eyes are red, and that means it just ate something, and whatever you bring out to tame, if you do not have a Desmo, say like a Managarm or an Argent even, or a Pteranodon, whatever you bring out, just know that you need to be, or even a Thyla, anything of the sort, you need to be able to hop onto that guy and just get out of dodge. It is important because while their eyes are moving, they're going to be able to move really, really fast. So, also, in that vein, I would also make sure that you set up just a foundation with a couple beds nearby, just in case. It helps out because chances are, and it's a pretty good chance, you may die in the process of this. It's just one of those things. It happens to the best of us. There's no shame in it. Really. All right? So, these guys, they actually do spawn any place that a Giga spawns on the map. So, if there's a, say on the island, on Giga Mountain, these guys will spawn there. On any of the other maps, these guys will spawn there. I'm actually doing this on Lost Islands. There are a few actual better places, say like on Fjordur. They're a little bit more common there. Genesis 2, they're actually pretty easy to find there as well. All right, so what we're going to be using, I have an old repurposed Giga Trap right here that we're going to be using for this. I'm just waiting for him to walk away. It's the typical, you know, 3... you can actually just use 3 of these gates. I'm using 4 just because I like the warm and fuzzy of a bigger pen. It's fine. It's not necessary, but that's what I'm using. Right, and I'm just going to set down some bear traps inside of it, and let's go pick a fight. All right, so now all we do is go up to him, and like I said, when you pick a fight, you pick a fight. Come here, dude. Got your blood. Don't you get off me. All right, so yeah. And all you do is go like that, and these guys, they're fast. So you want to make sure you kind of line them up. Wide turns, lead them in. And once they're in, they're trapped. There we go. Just like that. Now he's thoroughly trapped. Go like this. Throw out a rhino. Let it kind of sit there. Make sure it'll follow you or something. Don't immediately shotgun them as soon as they come out, because I've actually had them tamed creatures despawn on me the moment I shotgun them. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take... Come here. And drag this guy over. And this is why we went with the high weight, because if you are dragging with a high weight... Come on, drop. If you're trying to drag something like this and you don't have the weight stat for it, it's going to mess it up and you're not going to be able to do it. He's aggroed on that trap. There he goes. That's what we're looking for. Him to do that. And then he gets that little bit over his head. We're running out of rhinos here. You know what? Let's use a horse. Oh, really? Okay, that's a level 100 Equus. All right, we're going to use this guy. Come on. Don't worry, dude. We're coming. All right. And this is... It really doesn't matter what you bring to it as long as you bring enough to fill up that bar. Now, that bar is going to... See, it's already going down. So I probably should have just given another rhino instead of going and getting this. But I'm kind of curious just to see how much it'll give him. All right, now there he goes. He's sniffing. There he goes. Okay, so... Oh. There's a Gallimimus. Let's see what this guy does. And I've done a bit of for sciencing on this guy, but right now I'm including you guys in a little bit of for science. Alright, he's gonna sniff again. There he goes. Get it close enough. Drop it, and then get out of the way. Oh, there he goes. Okay, so now that he's like that, now what we're going to do, we're actually just going to throw down a few Rexes. If you're playing on PvP mode, this will work. If you're playing on PvE mode, you're just going to have to get on him and go riding. But you need to come over and you need to unclaim them for PvP mode. And you have plenty of time, but you kind of need to get him to stop doing his thing. Oh, and we also need to get a sanguine elixir crafted. Just because. I'm going to take that. We run over, get him to stop chomping by hopping on him and riding him. And we'll have a little bit of time to do this. And then we break this. Break this. And he's going to try to be getting those Rexes with or without us. Now we just kind of go help him out. And then once we've got him doing that, use our sanguine elixir next to him, and that will give him a really big buff. All right, so now what we need to do is you take him right back, and we've got plenty of time to do this. All right, so you take him like this, and then just like this, kind of set that right like that. Because what he's going to be doing, he's still going to be following you. Right? And then if you put down anything, he's going to come eat it. And if you're not riding him, you're not going to get your credit for it. So you just come down like that, and you can just kind of, you can almost strategically pick just how much XP you want to give him. And let's put this one over here. We're actually getting about 20% per Rex we give him. So, and I want to make sure that we're within range of our Desmodus, because he will knock us off. Yeah, he's already drooling. Look at that guy. All right. Make sure we're not weighted down. This stuff. All right, and then we can just come back over, throw him back inside the pen. And go throw out another Rex. It works really, really easily. You can hear him? He's actually like, yeah, give me Rex. And if you make it back quick enough, you can actually pick up your dino gate. All right, he'll probably boot us off on this one. If he does, I gotta run for it. Oh, no. He's not booting us off. Okay. So, we will just put him right back inside of here. Send him right back out like that. Yeah, I hear you. And this one should tame him. But yeah, when he boots you back off, once he boots you off, all you have to do is hop on a dino, get back out of there, re-trap him. That is the important part, re-trap him. And then go back through this whole process again. Oh, 99.1, really? You know, I'm just going to go kill this Diplo over here. That should do it. There we go. Now we have a Carcharodontosaurus. All right, now that we've got our Carcharodontosaurus, I'm just going to use a Mind Wipe tonic really quick. Reset my stats. And then we're going to get a taking a look at this saddle after I make myself look pretty again. See? So much better. All right, so the saddle level 96 go like this. It's 20 chitin keratin, 350 fiber, 500 hide, 180 metal ingots. English is hard. All right, make this up, and then let's go talk about its special abilities. All right, now that we're on the Carcharodontosaurus, let's go take a look at it, and let's go see what all it can do. Now, over here, the regular left-click attack, it's just a typical bite. Now, the bite does a little bit less than Giga, but also you can kind of add on to it. Now, here, let me go see if I can find something weak and easy for us to chew on and get dead. No, that is a rock. That is not a Lystrosaurus. Okay, well, here, let's get with this guy. Every time that you attack with this guy, you will inflict a bleed over time, or a dot, or a damage over time, whichever you want to call it. And now each time you get a kill, you see that counter down in the bottom left corner? That's going to be increasing. Now also, whenever you get a kill for the next 10 seconds, it speeds you up and makes you really, really fast, which is why out in the wild, whenever they get a kill, they go really, really fast, and you need to get out of dodge really, really fast. All right, now for leveling this guy up, I would recommend melee damage, only melee damage. Yeah, you can do a few other things, but just like the Giga, just go melee damage. It's so much easier. Now, whenever you use the right-click attack, it does this spiral. Now, if things were smaller than this Bronto, it would be knocking them back quite substantially far. But also, on the, like with the regular kills, it doesn't matter whether you get a bite attack or a tail attack kill. As long as you get the kill, they will still get that counter down the bottom left. Now, when that counter down the bottom left reaches 100, you can use the C attack. Oh, now, each one of those counters, one of the things I need to point out really quick before we move on to what the C attack does, each one of those counters increases your damage by 1%, so it gets substantially big. Yeah, so you can effectively deal double damage when it gets to 100. Now, those stacks, they do go down, but they do go down kind of slow. But, yeah, it's not really anything I would worry too much about. As long as you get the kills, you're good. I mean, not everything will give it to you, like fish and stuff like that, but that Mochop sure as hell did. All right, so, like I said, with the tail attack... Oh, we weren't in range. Come here, Mochops, I want to fling you. Bam! Okay, so yeah, that guy got flung pretty dang far. It was pretty good. All right, so yeah, that tail attack, it whips him pretty far. Now, whenever you get that, that timer, or at any time, actually, you don't have to be up to 100, but at any time, you can use the C attack, and you'll roar. And what that roar does, it incites things around you and increases their movement speed based on, and for a substantial amount of time, based on how many stacks of the Blood Rage you had down in the bottom left-hand corner. So if you have a full stack of 100, I believe it's 60 seconds, that it increases things' movement speed and makes them go really, really fast. So this guy right here, he's kind of like the spearhead almost. Well, actually, this guy right here in the flank, I'd say he'd be flanking the Gigas. The Gigas would be up ahead, and this guy would be right behind him, spurring the entire army on. It should be really, really good. But yeah, so that's the Carcharodontosaurus, and oh my god, I've said that so many times in the making of this video, I am tired of saying Carcharodontosaurus. All right, I'm gonna say it one more time. Carcharodontosaurus. All right, from now on, it is the Carcha. All right, so yeah. All right, but anyway, so that's the abilities of the Carcha, how you tame one, and actually, honestly, I hope this video helped you out with taming them. And with the trap method I showed you, you can actually kind of strategically plan out exactly what you're gonna do. It's so easy, and by the time you reach level 96, you should be doing the breeding projects anyway, so you should have leftover dinos that you'll be able to feed to these things. No problem. So yeah, I hope the video helped you out. I hope you liked the video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button. Leave a comment down below with your experience on Carcha, how well you like them, dislike them, all the different things, anything I missed. And yeah, let's just get everybody helping each other out down below in the comments. I really appreciate it when people do that. All right, so if you're new around here, subscribe. And until next time, this is Phlinger Phoo, and take it easy, everybody.